Welcome back to the Bad Influence Podcast Mindset Monday, where we show you how to take control of your mind. I'm the bad influence that you need in your life, Jordan Banderas. So listen up. If you're drowning in anxiety right now, this is your wake-up call. No more tiptoeing around the issue. No more of that. Today, we're tearing anxiety apart and rebuilding your life from the ground up. Because here's the thing. Anxiety is paralyzing. If you have ever suffered from anxiety, you will understand what I'm talking about. Because it shakes your confidence, it shackles your potential, and poisons your days with relentless what-ifs, right? I've been through that. My wife has gone through that. I know people that are going through that right now. But you're here. You're listening to this episode, which tells me you're ready to fight back. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So get ready to take action. One thing about anxiety that a lot of people don't understand is that anxiety isn't just over worrying. It's a full body ambush, heart pounding, mind racing, muscles tensing, right? It grips you with fear and whispers that you're not good enough, that you're not enough at doing whatever you want to do. So let's call it what it is. A relentless enemy determined to rule your life, which is something that you have to fight. But the problem behind anxiety is that the human mind fixates on threats, real or imaginary. Anxiety sneaks in, hijacks your thoughts, and floods your body with stress hormones. Recognize the pattern? It's your brain's wiring gone haywire, saying like, oh shit, something's going on, and it just goes haywire. But that awareness alone, just being aware of that, is a step towards freedom. Now, one of the biggest issues that causes anxiety in our modern society is social media. Because scrolling through social media, you see perfect lives and perfect bodies, right? Suddenly, you feel 10 steps behind. So that's the trap. That's what gives you anxiety. Comparison culture thrives on fueling anxiety. But guess what? You're the one who gets to decide if you buy into that shit. Anxiety is often mislabeled as weakness. You've probably heard, just get over it, right? I've been told that. Some people have said that to my wife, and I hate it. But that's pure ignorance, because anxiety is rooted in biology, experiences, and stressors, and pretending it's not real will only change you tighter. Avoiding anxiety doesn't solve it. I don't know why people do this, but the people that try to literally avoid anxiety are the ones that suffer the most, because it strains relationships, it stifles careers, and crushes your joy. Sound harsh, right? Well, good. It has to sound harsh, because the longer you wait to address it, the deeper it digs in, robbing you of the fulfillment and opportunity that you deserve. Here's one thing that I have observed for a while. Many people surrender to autopilot. Wake up, scroll, worry, repeat. Anxiety loves this loop. So today, I'm snapping you out of it. We're about to rewrite this script, so hold on tight. I've been there, like I have mentioned before. I've been there. Anxiety ruled my life. Every decision felt like a monumental risk. Every night was haunted by what-ifs. And every morning brought that familiar pit in my stomach. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like somebody like punch you in the gut. That's how it feels. I felt isolated and weak. Eventually, I realized something had to give. I sought therapy, tried mindfulness, and at first, I didn't like the idea that breathing exercises could help me because it doesn't make sense. At least it didn't make sense to me, right? But you know what? They did help. It was a slow climb, but I saw progress. My biggest epiphany was realizing asking for help isn't a weakness. It's the bravest move you'll ever make. It is. Once I opened myself up to professional guidance, I learned practical tools that changed my life. That's why I'm here, pushing you to do the same. I had setbacks, no doubt. It was hard, but each stumble taught me that a misstep isn't the same as failure. Progress isn't always linear. Based on everything that has happened in the last 8, 10 years, maybe even longer, everybody has chronic tension. Literally, if you look at everybody or someone else, they look tense. Look at their body language. Look at their eyes. They look tense. They're like ready to like snap. So you have to know the difference between what's causing your anxiety and what could you be doing to help it. So label your feelings accurately. I know it sounds dumb, but it helps because it helps you tackle them head on. When your body is in constant fight or flight mode, your heart races, your breathing gets shallow, and your muscles tense. Over time, it disrupts sleep, digestion, and mental well-being. It literally wears you down. This isn't just in your head. Your entire system takes the hit. But the problem is that society often dismisses anxiety as a personal failing. And that mindset keeps people silent, breathing shame. Silence feeds anxiety. So we're cutting that out right here, right now. Understanding that anxiety is a physiological response lets you separate a condition from your identity. You have anxiety, yes, but you are not anxiety. That difference is crucial. Once you grasp it, you start to control it. Information arms you with tools. You learn about triggers, coping mechanisms, and root causes, which is important. You realize you're not some defective human. You're someone dealing with a challenge that has real, workable solutions. Therapy, believe it or not, because a lot of people don't like it and talk shit about it, but here's the thing. Therapy is not just talking about your feelings. It's strategic. It's about dissecting negative thought patterns, rewriting mental scripts, and building resilience. If you think therapy is tough, then you've never actually done the hard work it requires. On the other hand, mindfulness isn't sitting on a lotus pose chanting either. It actually is about being present. Feeling each breath, noticing each sensation, refusing to let your mind spiral. But here's the thing, a lot of the tools that I talk about, for some reason, they get shed on a lot. But what I have noticed is that the people that shed on some of these tools that actually help people, they have never tried them. I don't know why they like to shed on them, but they never try them. I have talked to people that do this, and they're like, oh, I will never try it. It's like, well, if you don't know what it's all about, why are you shitting on it, right? But if you decide to try some of these tools, I recommend you this. Start with guided meditations or apps. It's mental strength training, no different than lifting weights. Writing your worries down externalizes them. And when those anxious thoughts stay locked in your mind, they multiply like rabbits. But on paper, they look smaller, more manageable. That's why I always say, write them down. Literally talk to someone about them, externalize the problem, challenge them, debate them, and you'll see their power shrink. And when panic hits, try a quick grounding exercise. Identify 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 you can taste. When you do this, it slams the brakes on spiraling thoughts and anchors you in the present moment. And I have a funny story about this because I was spiraling one day, not too long ago. It was a few weeks ago. That's why I want to talk about this, because my thoughts were spiraling and I was washing my hands. So I started to feel the anxiety creeping in. And I started doing this exercise and I started counting 5 things that I saw. And what's funny about this is that I never realized how much fucking soap we have at our sink, because I'm like, I start counting one thing after the other. Is like 1 soap, 2 soaps, 3 soaps, 4 soaps, 5 soaps. I'm like, why do we have so many soaps? And that snapped me out of it. Obviously, it worked faster than doing the other options, but it worked. That's why I want to share this, because this shit works as long as you do it right, as long as you stay committed. Another thing that you have to do is cut back on caffeine, sugar, and mindless snacking. Move your body, walk, run, lift weights, dance, because physical health is the foundation for mental resilience. This might sound basic, but it's the bedrock of beating anxiety. Yes, it is. It has helped me. It has helped my wife. It has helped a lot of people that I know. Because here's the thing. Anxiety loves to blow up the possibility of failure until it feels inevitable. But here's the truth. Failing is part of growth. The real failure is refusing to try. Every risk you take is a chance to prove your anxious mind wrong. Not everyone will understand your struggle, and that's okay. There are support groups, hotlines, and professionals who do understand. So stop waiting for everyone else to get it. Surround yourself with people who actually help. Anxiety tells you you're alone, but that's wrong. Millions face it daily, so speak up. Find a community online or offline that validates your experience without letting you wallow. This is the line between coping and conquering. It's a very fine line. Deep breathing once a week or journaling once a month won't cut it. Consistency in this situation is king. Whether it's therapy sessions or daily mindfulness, you must commit for the long haul. That's how real change happens. And that's why I want you to understand. But let's get one thing straight. Anxiety is a fight. And you are the warrior. There will be days you want to throw in the towel. But that's when you remember why you started. You want a life unchained by fear? Fight for it. Yes, you have to fight for your life. Because perseverance isn't a pretty word on a poster. It's a lifestyle. You have to make it a freaking lifestyle. It's showing up when you rather hide. It's standing tall when anxiety tries to floor you. Each time you push through, you chip away that anxiety's hold. We all need support. If therapy and mindfulness are not enough, consider medication under professional guidance. This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about building a comprehensive plan to thrive. You do whatever it takes. Picture a life where you can say yes to opportunities, be fully present with loved ones, and dream without the dread. That will make your life better. And that's not a fairy tale. That's what waits on the other side of this battle. It is a battle that you have to literally win sometimes every single day. So keep that vision locked in. No more excuses. Tonight, grab a journal and list out your biggest fears. Write underneath, write counter arguments. Tomorrow, pick one new coping method, grounding, breathing, journaling, and practice it. Set a small, attainable goal. Maybe it's speaking up at a meeting, going for a run, or having a tough conversation. Tackle it head on. Prove to yourself you're more capable than your anxiety allows you to believe. You'll face setbacks. That's a guarantee. Nobody can escape the setbacks, but a setback isn't the end. Use it as proof you're in the ring throwing punches. The only true defeat is walking away and letting anxiety win by default. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So commit by saying to yourself, I will no longer be defined by anxiety. I will face it, fight it, and overcome it. One step, one breath, one choice at a time. That's your oath. That's your promise to yourself and to your future. Anxiety is loud, yes, I know, but you can be louder. Now's the time to act. Acknowledge your fears, deploy your strategies, and watch your world expand. And that's it for today. If you found strength in these words, pass them on. Let's shake the planet, the earth, our living planet, with a new wave of unstoppable warriors who refuse to bow to anxiety. Take that step. Make that call. Write that journal entry. Change starts the moment you decide you've had enough. The choice is yours.